joke's on you. I'm into that shit.
I love Jason for that.
That doesn't get old.
I can't help it. And then that alien head will never get old neither now. All right, hello, everybody. Welcome to the 33rd episode of the Nocturnal Feeding Show. And I just lied. It's the 34th. See? My brain is just like Ed's tonight. It's fried.
That's what happens when you tie.
Well, I did do stuff today. Yeah. On panel tonight's Dr. Dopey. Sleepy's beside him. Curly's below me. But anyways, we got Dr. Anthony. We got Yo Paulie. We got the Whips World. We got Ed and TJ in the far corner. Thank you guys for being here tonight.
Hello.
Oh man, let's say some hellos in chat. Wow, we got Professor Fish Tanks was in here early. He may be sleeping, probably got to work tomorrow. What's up, Stephen White, Sam, Mexicali, Geek Boy. Yeah, it's all right. I'm glad you're here, Geek Boy.
I think Geek Boy's cool.
I got to meet him in person last year. He is a pretty cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I wish I could have met him.
Well, if you wouldn't have had your head in the fish tank, you'd have saw him. He's right beside you. What's up, Matt? Was Dr. Anthony in the chat? We got the brother Dan, Xanadu, Dennis Christensen,
Dennis,
Fish Hippie, Jan Aquatics, Benjamin Peters, Linda Worth, Michelle, L Fish, John Surf City. We got Boots and Cats. The only person who can do it right is this guy. Yeah, that'll never get old neither. At least in my head. Who else we have here? Well, it just jumped. There it is. Nathan Have, Vanoski, Shady Grady, how you doing? J Rock does stuff. I was doing stuff today.
J-Rock,
Aqua Garden Zen. We got the Stephen P. We got Heather Green. First
We were
class.
looking for Heather today or yesterday.
She was in the stream earlier. First class fish. Thank you for that information. I did get that email. I didn't know if you saw it in the one chat you were telling me about that. George RB3. Hello. Oh.
I had another Stephen P. dream.
Uh-oh.
Another one?
Go with the flow.
Did you pee in your Stephen P. dream?
No, but I almost drowned it.
Okay.
I'd say that's probably worse.
Do you want me to share it real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So this was a couple of weeks ago. I think it was before Whip's show last week. But I dreamt that Oinky and I was going to Disneyland with the P's. But Oinky and
You
Jenna...
went to Disneyland and you had the peas, huh?
Yep.
Terrible.
What the girls and the kids were already in Orlando, but Stephen P was coming into the airport here in Chattanooga, and I was going to drive him down. Maybe he had some business to do first.
Ed, let me ask you a quick question before you go
Yes.
any further. How many E's are in P?
Just the one P.
There you go.
It's just the P.
Just the P?
Well, I don't know what Stephen P's last name is. It's just Stephen P, capital P. So, but nevertheless, so he comes into the airport, and instead of me driving him to Orlando, we have my mom drive the car. She doesn't really drive much anymore. And I'm looking around, and I realize she's taking us to Dolly World, and there's mountains and stuff. And I was like, no, we went the wrong way. And then I said, just pull into this parking lot, and I'll GPS it. And instead, she kept going, and there was this river coming down the highway, and she just like drove right into it. And I kept telling her to stop. And before I knew it, our car got caught in the river, and then I woke up.
And you had to pee.
And Steven didn't say anything. He just sat in the back and kind of like held on to the back.
That reminds me of Shanna driving us to the wet spot. Oh man, it's funny.
You got to go to the wet spot in person?
Yeah, I was in Portland.
That is
What?
awesome.
Doc, that was what, 2 years ago, I think? Yeah.
Yeah, but I got to go to the Wet Spots wholesale place.
Well, you're special.
Ooh.
I am very special.
Did they wash the tanks off?
Did they wash the tanks?
Yeah, like do they just leave water spots on it?
No, this wholesale place is spotless.
Wow. See, if I had a wholesale place, I don't think I'd care what the outside of the tank looked like.
Well, you
I'd
still
just
got to be
ship
able
them.
to see.
We have a place like that in LA that their tanks are so water stained, and it's
Well, oh, I thought you meant like where they ship them from, where people don't go and see the fish.
yeah, it is. Yeah. That's what a wholesaler is. Only very few people can get there.
Employees
Gotcha.
and special people like Doc.
Yep.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be calling Doc special.
oh, he's special.
Oh, I think he's
Special
very
in certain
special.
ways.
I'm special.
He's special. I don't know if I had one of
Where's
them
your
places,
helmet?
I would still have to keep the glass clean. That would bug the heck out of me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. Just because
Not
I'm going
me. I would make some lazy kid do it.
That's what I'm trying to say. I was doing. If I'm in wear,
Yeah.
I'll be working. Okay. Yeah, but I was the first one to get it. Okay. So, all right, Go with the Flow Aquatics had it short. He is setting up the culture. I got it in 2 guesses. No, it's 3. 3. That's right. Yeah. You got to go to the short and guess what he is making. It took me 3. It's pretty neat if it works. That's all I can say. You got to go check it out. It's pretty neat.
Can we have a link?
Yeah, I could drop it in there. Or one of my awesome mods can do it.
I keep forgetting that
Wait.
Bootsy's from out that direction. Is she the only one that made it to the Clash from way out west like that?
No.
Nope.
Well,
Staff was there.
Pesto or Bentley was there.
Oh yeah, Bentley was there too.
And staff.
Oh yeah, it's Staff.
I am not familiar. I mean, I know who Steph is, but I don't know where she lives. So
It
probably
lives right
Keith.
around the corner from me.
Yeah, literally a hop, skip, and a jump away from Doc's house. I didn't realize it was that close.
Did you get to see her bulldogs?
Oh yeah.
Who, what?
The
Did you get to touch them?
Aliens. They're the ugliest thing.
I don't know if Steph will let you touch him, though.
Oh, I was petting the puppies.
Oh man, that's so awesome.
Hey,
They're
Doc,
nuts.
I got something here to show you.
Did her daughter flip you off in real life?
Show me. Let's see. Show me rose line barbs with discus.
Well, you got one of them right.
Ooh, pretty.
Oh, okay.
Hey Doc, did you see that I had a discus in my
green.
intro tonight?
No, I didn't. I missed the intro. I missed going to your. I was cleaning out the very last tank in the fish room, so I have no more fish in the fish room.
Oh no.
Jenny.
Yeah.
So is it just an empty room?
Well, with shelves, and then Saturday I'm demolishing it.
Oh my gosh.
There's
So that's a
nothing
nice
swimming behind him.
red spotted green there, a captive bred red spotted green.
Yep.
It was
Now,
nice.
are you going to sell that house, or are you
No, we're gonna
just
take
going to leave it there?
We're gonna take a match to it and burn it. Collect all
Sure.
the insurance money. Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't have said that on live
Yeah.
TV.
We're
Well,
selling
the
the house. Yeah, we're gonna
The
sell
good
the
news
house.
is nobody's watching.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Hey, Doc, all you got to do is start a little trench and it'll slide into the ocean.
No, we're far. We're 5 miles from the beach, so
That's all right.
we're far away.
There's lots of mudslides.
Yep. We're flatlanders here.
It is pretty flat.
Yep.
Well, I still think you're neat, even though you're flat.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't know if that was a word.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to take that one.
Yeah,
You
right.
know,
There it is. Check that short out. TJ, I have a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
Did you get any more of those white clouds debris?
I did. Yeah. So I've got a couple of different groups of babies.
Nice, good.
And then I'll be putting them outside for the summer. So late May, kind of when it starts getting nice and warm around here, I'll put them outside in a tub and let them do their thing over the summer.
Now that's one that likes the warm water, right?
It does. I keep them right around 77, 78 degrees, something like that. They don't
particularly
like it colder.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Where are you at, TJ? I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names and the real names and real living accommodations. Yep. Are you south or where are you at?
No, New Jersey.
Oh, you're Jersey.
Yeah, just a couple hours from the Clash. Whip.
And you can put fish out that early in May?
In May, yeah, late May, right around Memorial Day. It's probably mid 70s during the day here.
Well, you might be able to do that in April, honestly.
This year, maybe. It's because it's been 60 something in February in Chicago, and that's never. It's usually with a negative in front of it when it's this time of year.
Okay,
but...
guys.
Yep.
New project for the fish room.
Somebody's watching it. Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be early May because normally we don't start planting our gardens until after Memorial Day usually up here.
not here.
Not here.
It's getting to be summer down there, Paul. Yeah, or at least spring.
Well, I haven't taken in my plants, my tropical plants, off my back porch. So they've been
at all this year. Wow.
Even when it went, we had a couple of nights where it went into the high 20s, but my back porch is covered, and it's a concrete floor, so the sun's on it on that floor all day, and it keeps the heat in. All I do is throw a blanket over it, a sheet. That's it. My citrus has been out there all winter in a pot.
That's crazy.
Wow.
It had died up here. It got so stinking cold for about 2 weeks.
As nice as this summer or winter has been, it's still, there was a couple days there when it was negative 30, so we went a week or two when it was just, super cold. So yeah, everything that needed heat was dead outside for sure.
So my 10-day forecast, the coldest it's going to be is 35, and we're going to be up in the 70s next week.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, down here, winter is like around the first of the year, and by Valentine's Day, it's over. That's
Can you answer this, Doc?
Well, it depends on what the origins of the albinos were. Albino cories could be all sorts of different species of cories, but normally it's a recessive gene.
Recessive gene.
Yeah, and so if they are throwing bronze, that means it's just a spontaneous mutation. I would say it's probably from some other tank, come in from nets or something.
Because the ones you usually get at fish stores, those albino cories are normally the Aeneas, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
What's that
And if
in real world in common?
They call them green cories, brown cories. I mean,
Yeah.
bronze cories is an
Bronze
Aeneas
cories,
type.
Okay.
They if
The
you
bronze
have,
is what we used to breed.
Yeah.
Albinos and bronze
Yeah.
together.
if you've got a bronze in there and it breeds, you're going to have at least half the fry are going to be bronze, if I'm not mistaken, and then
Well-
the rest will be bronze and albino, and then the recessive is like a quarter albino.
Well, it depends. If the bronze has any albino genes, yes. But
Yes.
if it's a purebred bronze, then they all will be bronze.
Bronze, yeah, with a recessive albino gene.
Yeah. They'll be heterozygotes for recessive, or heterozygotes for that albino gene.
The fry will all have a het, whether no matter what, though, right? Isn't that what they call it? A het gene, where they have the potential to kick out.
Well, yeah, but you know, in order for that to happen, they'd have to breed with another bronze that had the, you know, half genes for albinos as well.
Yeah,
I think my dad kept them separated so he would just have lots of albinos. But I mean, he had about 10 tanks that he used to breed them in.
To answer your question, Richard, yes, I'll. You want me to give you a call tomorrow or Saturday?
So what you getting now?
Long family show. That's what I need to talk to them about.
You have enough fish. You brought in 59.
I still have room.
You even brought it back fish you don't even know how to take care of.
I know. How's the discus doing?
Oh, they're doing great. They're doing
Oh, did you get discus, Skip?
Oh, yeah, I stole them from California.
Yeah, you got 11 small red rose discus that I bred.
Whoa. Cool.
They're nice.
Skip, did you ask about the white clouds? Because you would like me to save some for you.
Yeah, of course. That's why you asked about them.
I kind of figured.
What do you think he was getting at?
Well, yeah, I mean, we talked about that way back. I was just curious if you was able to, if they were keep going for you, because I knew that was something that you was really trying to do because of what they are.
Yes. Yeah. So I'd always like more, but.
Do you want to tell everybody what white cloud they are, please?
Yeah. So they are Tanichthes kunai or kunii, I guess is how you say it. They are the common name is either the yellow. What's that?
Say it 10 times fast.
Nope, can't do that. They are often called the yellow or the Da Nang white cloud. So they come from one particular place in the Bac Ma Mountains, which is in central Vietnam. And I ended up getting them at the Fish Club a couple of years ago. I got 6 that are now, adults, and I've been trying ever since then to continue to kind of breed them because they've not shown back up at the Fish Club. And the guy that I got them from, he said he doesn't know of too many other folks that have a lot of them. So I've been trying to kind of keep them going. So it's been more challenging than I expected. They have. The survival of the fry has been just very difficult. Some of them they don't seem to grow, and then they just sort of fade away. Others of them are fine, and they seem to grow pretty quick. I don't know exactly why. I've tried different temperatures. I've tried different tanks, and it just seems like they don't survive very well. Once they're a certain size, they're fine, but it's been challenging.
You should make a decal of them and put them on your race car. Since your race car is yellow.
My race car is yellow.
So in their yellow white clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, it makes a perfect match, huh?
Yeah. Now you said they're from Bacau.
They're supposed to come from I would say it's a stream. I don't know if it's big enough to be a river in the Bac Ma Mountains in Vietnam,
you could be
kind of in the center.
Bac Ma racer.
I could.
That'd be
The
awesome.
possibilities are endless, Ed.
So cool. Okay, I'm sorry.
So
I was just
that's the
trying
story
to tie both your parts of your life together,
The racing and the fish. Yeah.
and then you become a super celebrity.
A super celebrity. I don't know if I'm a not so super celebrity, but okay.
A race car driver.
Yeah, I'm feeding them golden pearls, and then I do a little bit of vinegar eels, and when they get a little bit bigger, I switch over to something like a First Bites, and then when they get big enough, they get to baby brine shrimp, because when they're first born, there's no way they're going to touch baby brine shrimp. They're so small. Any ideas you've got, Richard? I am happy to hear it.
Oh,
What?
did Richard change his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Or he's
in
got two
witness
accounts.
protection now.
He might have two accounts.
He does
Every-
not.
Every once in a while, just the plain old Richard Reynolds will show up too.
No, he's in witness protection.
Yeah, he's not doing so good.
He had to put his name in parentheses so he can get caught.
Stephen White asked about Viejas and Severums in the same tank, Doc. What do you think?
Depends on what size of the tank.
225.
Yeah, they shouldn't have any problem. Yeah. Unless you have 30 and 30. Then you won't have problems. I mean, that's what they used to do with African cichlids to cut down on the aggression. You just overpack them.
Yeah, but you're going to be cleaning that tank out a lot.
Yeah, but he has plenty of time.
Do you guys remember the name of the fish that one of the old YouTubers? He's gone. I haven't seen him forever, but Misfit gave Gina's Reef.
Yes.
Yeah, that was Tommy. The fish's name was Tommy.
Yeah, but you remember?
It was
Bang zoom.
I think it was a Beischer.
no.
Didn't he give away a Beischer?
It was super nasty, like scratching the glass when it tried biting the glass with its teeth.
Oh, where's Kenny at? Because he has the same fish. I could
Black
see
belt?
it.
June
Yes.
said black belt. Is that right?
Yes, that's it. It was a black belt. Yes. Thank you, June.
Or Skull says a black nasty. Same fish?
Black Nasty is the name, I believe, of Kenny's. But it is a black belt.
What's worse, a black nasty or a Cuban? Which one's meaner?
Oh,
What?
Or more aggressive anyway. I would guess the black nasty, right?
Then why don't you just go with a Cuban because they're prettier? If you gotta have a sucky fish, you might as well go with a pretty sucky fish.
I have the Cuban's cousin, the Jaguar. That thing is amazing looking.
Yeah,
But it's in its 150 all by itself because he was too busy beating the crap out of all my other fish.
Or you can get a Dovai. Get a Dovai.
Do you like?
yeah.
Oh, M&C scared me away from Dovai.
Oh, forget it. You can't. That's it. That's all you can keep in the tank. They'll kill anything else.
I don't mind single fish tanks. That doesn't bother me. It's just.
And you talk about a monster fish. A 225 will not be big enough for a Dovai.
That's the real reason I stay away from them. I can't do anything that big.
How big do they get?
500-gallon tank would probably just keep it alive.
What?
I think 2 to 3 feet, right? Aren't they? But they're a big body.
And they're huge, and they're thick, and they got big chompers.
I would rather have a lot of fish in a fish tank than one big fish.
I'm not a monster fish person.
Yeah,
I think
I
you
am.
feel like you're more in the world.
I'll be right back. I got to turn the lights on, or it's going to get dark in here.
Okay, hey Skip. Benjamin Peters. He had the Angels Envy bourbon, but he took a sleeping pill with it. Yeah, he probably was with the Angels.
Oh my God. That was a heck of a ride, I guarantee you. Oh my gosh. I guarantee you he went to sleep real quick.
Oh yeah.
Or it could have did the opposite.
No, it would have knocked him out.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I took muscle relaxer one time, just one pill, and was drinking beer. It did the complete opposite. I could not sleep. My body was feeling crazy. Never
What'd you
did
do?
that. Took like one of those little muscle relaxers because my back was killing me. Then I forgot I did it. I had a couple beers. I'll never do that again. I couldn't.
And that kept you up. It's supposed to put you down.
Yeah, you will. You'll do it again.
No, I will not. No. I don't ever. I couldn't go to sleep. It was crazy.
Did you know that muscle relaxers will make your blood thin? And if you're already on warfarin, you can really get your blood super thin by taking those.
No, I did not know that.
No, wow.
Yeah, my blood was so thin. I was at a 0.5, which is like super thin, where if I banged my head, I could have died. And it was when I hurt my back. She gave me that and steroids to help my back. And so I got my blood up to a thinness of 5. And the hospital called me and said, "Are your gums and anus bleeding?" And I said, "Nope." But they said, "Well, be very careful." And I had to go get a shot to thicken my blood.
Good thing it's after 11 o'clock.
Yeah, you know. You said, "No, it's not bleeding, but I got the little anal leakage."
Well, I had to take a shot in my stomach to make my blood quick.
You sure it wasn't?
If I would have, it was in my stomach. But if I would have banged my head, I could have had a brain bleed.
Good thing you didn't go to a hard rock concert. Some headbangers involved.
Well, you see, my back hurt, so I really wasn't doing much. Hi, Lefty. I have 11 minutes till I take my thing out of the oven.
11 minutes
to come back to.
Right, Lefty? What?
Anal leakage, anal bleeding.
That's what isn't that what they called Rico in college?
Yeah, his nickname was
Anal
leakage.
Oh my God, poor little kid.
That's terrible.
So I just saw something interesting. We're getting away from the anal leakage. Where did that go? Only Oscar said something.
She's always saying something.
Well, she has flower horns with the Oscars.
Yeah, she has 2 flower horns together, and an Oscar is a dither fish. Dither. Did I say that right? Because I didn't.
Dither, yes.
Dither.
He say something totally different than I was told what it meant, and I try not to say it ever again. Oh, there
you
it is.
say dither, I say delicious. Never mind.
He trying to
make
sure
you're not on painkillers?
He's blaming that on lack of sleep.
See, though, she has the ability to put them in, and I forget the size of the tank, but it's huge. I mean, it's way bigger than my 220 that she's doing that in. I'm pretty sure, because I've watched a lot of her replay. She's usually up for 6 hours while I'm still sleeping, but I'll catch a replay here and there, and those tanks look enormous. Oh, she's probably even telling us. She's right here, for God's sakes.
Oh, are you talking about only
June.
Oscar?
Yeah, June.
That's a big
Lady
tank.
June.
She's got a bunch of gigantic tanks. What's going on back?
The 2 flower horns and the only Oscar and a 240.
So it's not that huge.
Mm-mm.
I wish I had a 240-gallon tank. That'd be cool.
So what's that? 8 foot long? 240?
I wouldn't think.
Because this 120 is 4 foot, 4 by 2 by 2.
It
This
depends
210 is 6.
how wide they are.
Oh. Do you mean
Dr. Anthony,
Yes.
how
and
big is
Yuga.
your How big's your tank in Peru that has the discus and the? Are they cardinals or neon tetras in there?
Rummy nose.
Oh, rummy nose.
Yeah.
How big is that cool tank?
I can only give you the.
I have a calculator.
Okay,
tank
so
calculator.
it's 72 times 72.
Well, now I can't find it.
7 and 2.
Water calculator.
I'll do it here. 72. 72
Whoops.
48.
Yeah.
2, 3.
So it's double the size of my 120.
It's
Well, it depends on
1,077 gallons, that discus tank.
That's awesome.
How tall is it?
4 feet tall. It's 6
That is
feet.
a tall tank.
6 feet on the on each side, 4 feet tall.
It's an Olympic swimming pool.
For fish, yeah.
And so
It looked really cool, Dr. Anthony.
thank you. That was my design and my idea. That and the nocturnal room were both my ideas.
You want to talk about
Wow.
that real quick? The nocturnal thing?
So the nocturnal room, it was a room that was originally going to be our little gift shop. Because if you saw the video where the gift shop is, that's where our auditorium was going to be. And we had the guy from the Manatee Rescue Center come out and said, your auditorium is way too small. So that's why we built the outside auditorium. And so I decided, what are we going to do with that room? I decided, well, why don't we make it a room for nocturnal fishes? Because, the problem there is most people don't know of the fish that are in their water. They know the fish they eat. That's 10 species out of the 500 species that are there, much less they don't know what's there at night because they don't go in the rivers at night. That's bad mojo. Some, the sirena is going to get you. They really believe that, there are creatures in the water that just get people. And so we decided to have a fish room just of nocturnal fishes. And so the lights are red during the daytime because most fishes that live at night, really don't perceive red light very well. And when it's nighttime in the rest of the tank, that's when we turn the bright lights on in there to give them a normal, daylight cycle, but it's just the opposite of what we have. And so it's primarily knife fishes. There are, probably 30 different knife fish species in the area. We do have some wood cats. We have a lungfish in there that tends to be more nocturnal than anything. And the only nocturnal fish we really don't have in there is the electric eel, because the electric eel is too big for those small tanks. So electric eel is pretty well active during the daytime, unless after it eats and it just lays there.
But you need to be able to see it because that's probably a big draw. People like to look at it.
Yeah. Next thing we want to do electric eel tank is I want to set up a electrical impulser, so when it produces electricity, you can actually hear it on the speaker.
Oh, that'd be neat.
The
one here in Chattanooga, they set up a Christmas tree on it.
Yeah. I mean, like Ohio Fish Rescue has a open sign on his, so when it gets excited, the open, the
Lights it up.
Yeah, lights it up. It's a neon sign.
Oh, so that's like a real thing.
Yeah. They can produce almost. I have a friend who works on electric eels, and he's recorded voltage as high as 800 volts in those things.
Ouch.
Can run an electric car.
Yeah, they can take down horses, cows. They're pretty dangerous in areas that you find them in.
So, how big do they get?
They get about 4 feet to maybe 5 at the maximum. We had a good 4.5 footer that just died on us. And so, yeah, that's a pretty big fish. So we have big electrical lineman gloves that I brought from the States in case they have to handle it.
That's funny.
I've seen
And
the
do they also
videos
have
where
sharp teeth? Sorry.
That's funny.
I saw videos where Crocs will tangle with one. And
Yeah.
it does not end well for either.
Yeah, you know, they pulse and you can see the
Yeah.
crocodile just going in convulsions with the pulsating of the electric eels, which are actually knife fish, but everybody calls them electric eels.
Right. There's, as far as I know, there is no true freshwater eel, is there? Or other than the American eel, maybe?
The American and the European eel of the eel family, Anguillidae, there are no other
Yeah,
true
that's
eels that are in freshwater.
because your peacock eels and your fire eels and your all those guys,
Yeah,
those are
those
all
are mass
elongated.
assemblages. Yeah, those are completely different.
Yeah.
So they're not really eels then, the fire
No.
eel and stuff?
No. They have that shape, so everybody, like swamp eels, symbranchid eels. Those aren't real eels either, but everybody calls them swamp eels.
What about a lamprey?
A lamprey is not even an eel. I mean, lamprey are completely different group of fish. They're the jawless fish. They're one of the most ancient fishes that we still have around today. So they have no jaws at all.
They are invasive right now up in what lake is that?
Oh, the Great Lakes, yeah. After the St. Lawrence Seaway, St. Lawrence, yeah. St. Lawrence Seaway.
Watched the episode of Dirty Jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and that they were up there catching them.
Yeah.
And there was I guess you could say a scientist or a biologist where they were trying to figure out a way to make them to where they can't breed, but still releasing them. They're sterilized.
Yeah, they have that's a good joke by GRB. Lamprey suck.
Literally,
they do. They in the Great Lakes they use a lampricide, which is a herbicide or pesticide just for lampreys, but it costs millions of dollars to use them, and so they'll do it for like 4 or 5 years. Well, the lampreys go through a 6-7 year life cycle, so it doesn't actually get rid of all the lampreys.
Oh.
What's the other one that's running rampant up there in the Great Lakes?
There's a
goby.
Zebra.
Yes.
Zebra mussel, but there is a goby from.
I thought there was a goby issue.
Yeah.
And they also have those Chinese carp running around, going up to Mississippi.
Those are all in the rivers, right?
Yeah,
they're trying to get in the lakes. They got the only thing that's stopping them, I think, is the lock system going from the Mississippi. What is that by Detroit?
And they have a electrical gate. They have this, electrical system across the river that basically forms a electrical fence that supposedly prevents them from passing.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Asian carp, is that the one that jumps and tries to knock you out of the boat?
Yeah. Try.
We have the lampreys here in California along the Pacific coast, but they're actually an endangered species. They've really been overfished.
Go catch them up there and bring them out.
Different species.
I know. I'm just saying.
Different lifestyle.
Oinky has a question. She got a little discus with Ed in Ohio. It's such a cutie. Are discus okay to be in a community as a centerpiece fish?
No.
Or happier in a discus group?
No, a single discus is not going to do well.
No, they are not happy. Discus should be, even a group of 3 isn't good. You should keep them in about a group of 6.
Yeah.
I just
I'm
learned that
not
yesterday.
trying to spend anybody's money, but discus do not do well in small groups. They you're going to see them suffer. They're going to go downhill real quick. They're going to hide. They're going to be stressed. They like that. If you got a group of 6 discus, 5 would probably be the least amount I'd keep. less than that, you get aggression like any other cichlist. They start picking on the weaker ones, and it's not a good thing.
Yeah, discus are they're not real. I wouldn't call them schooling fish, but they live in groups in the wild.
Yeah.
So they like individuals of their own kind. And as an aside, I would never keep 3 of anything unless it's Tetris, because with 3, there's always going to be one that's going to be picked on by the 2 higher
Yep.
alpha
I
individuals.
learned that with Oscars. I cannot. I mean, I know other people have done it, but I can't keep 3 Oscars in the same tank. They always pick on one until he dies. Every time.
Yep. And then then when there's 2, the dominant one of the 2 goes after the other one.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, especially with cichlids, you're going to need 4 or 5 really to have, if you're going to have more than one, to be good piece.
Oinky, how big was the discus?
It's small, she said.
I was going to say, that 2 inches.
Yeah.
It was a silver dollar.
I'm surprised it's still alive. It's probably hides all the time.
Yeah. When they're that small, they hide. This it sounds contrary to what you would think, but you're better off if you're starting off with discus, starting off with a more mature fish. Younger discus just are fragile. Even the ones that have been tank bred for years, they still can be very fragile. They need to eat all the time. The water needs to be changed all the time. If you don't, and you got to make sure that water stays. Actually, smaller discus need warmer water. They actually like to be at the top end of their temperature range. So there's a lot more work to go into a small discus.
Paulie,
she's done a great job. She's had it for about 6 months now.
Nice.
Did you guys catch the? Probably you didn't, but what is the channel? Fish Fan Link. Did I go shopping with us, kind of thing? Whatever that's called. I'm sorry, my brain isn't working apparently. But I got to go shopping with them yesterday. I think it was.
You mean
With Fish Fan Link?
a fish store tour?
Well, yeah, I went through and we picked discus, and I had like $150 budget, and then we picked up. It was buy 5 at $30 each, and they threw in a 6th one, so we went that route.
Is this a real thing or?
It's real.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Oh.
Only in this particular case, it was fictional in that.
Oh, okay.
We weren't going to actually ship the fish I picked out.
Okay.
And Nano is the one that actually won the $150 gift card. So he doesn't have to pick the stuff I picked. And he's a Nano guy, so I very much doubt that he went that way. But anyway, I was talking. I guess Dee Dee does have discus, and she said that she keeps hers at like 78 or something like that, real low temperature, and she got them little and everything. And I'm like, really? I mean, that is it. She only does water changes. I think she said once every couple of weeks to a month. And I'm like, wow, that is completely opposite of everything I've ever heard.
It's not, it's not like you can't, but they're going to grow very slowly. And you don't have to feed them as much. So that's yeah.
The other thing is when you keep them in a warmer tank, you don't have to worry about ick. 78.
Correct. Yeah.
78 discus can become more. What's the word I want to use? More susceptible. More susceptible to ick. They really like that warm water. I mean, there's if you keep it at 84, you don't see ick in those tanks.
I think Father Fish, whether you agree with what he does or not, I think his recommendation is 86 for ick. It cannot survive in 86. Anything warmer than 86. Well, of course, that puts a lot of stress on your plants, but
puts a lot of stress on your fish.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of fish that'll take that kind of consistent high temperature. I don't even keep my discus that high. I do it for a couple of months in the summer, but most of the time they're between 80 and 84. It's only like July and August I'll pump
Well,
it to 86.
if you have ick, it's not like you need to keep it up that high for very long anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
what's the life
no.
cycle going to be? You know,
You
couple
probably
of
need
weeks?
to do it for like a week, 2 weeks tops to
Mhm.
get rid of any of the cysts that hatch. But yeah. But the other thing is that also if like with me, my water's acidic. You're not going to see ick in that either, really. So hot acidic, warm acidic water, they're really not going to see any ick.
You see, Surf City, he is contradicting, or at least has a different opinion. A lot of trios work
Who?
for
Old World.
right, which is
Well,
that
I keep my
Old World is
most
African,
of my pistos.
right?
I do
Mhm.
trios.
John doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, he's a computer guy. He doesn't keep fish. I've never seen a single fish of his. So I don't even think he has fish.
So
Man,
take that.
he got sick on us.
He's on Skipper's list anyway, so
Yeah.
decided to get sick instead of coming over to a
Yeah.
Super Bowl party to meet Skipper.
Yeah. John got sick. Okay. He got scared. All right, John, you're all right.
Yeah, but like most of my pistos, I keep in trios.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they tend to harem
Wow.
breed. Anyway.
Yeah.
I guess there was a lot of discus at that auction. She got hers for 15. That's pretty good.
That's really
At that one at the OCA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was when she got that one. Then I was trying to get her some more because she got that one at a great deal. Because I was like, oh, you can't just take one, but it still worked out.
Is
Can't do
was that like a
trios and
bid,
couples.
or were they for sale?
It
It
was,
was
in
an auction.
It was an
It was
auction.
it was an all-day auction. It was unbelievable. So, I mean, it may have been another hour till you saw some discus, but then you might see three, separate
Oh.
bags. And
So what
It was
color
just-
are they?
it's a little yellow one.
Oh God.
Doc is
The only thing
very
worse is the
particular
pigeon
about
blood,
his
right?
discus. He likes his natural. Doc likes his discus natural.
I like my discus like I like my
Discus.
discus.
It's a goby.
That's Empire gudgeon, isn't it?
Or
That's
gudgeon.
good,
Yeah.
man.
They were at that fish store, that Age of Empire.
Which gut is that? The banded?
No, it's-
No.
It looks like
You
an
thought-
Empire.
I can't tell.
Yeah, I can't tell.
It didn't have what type it was.
Oh,
They were $35 a piece.
A
Probably
piece?
Empire. Yeah, Empires are that much.
That's crazy.
Better be a male and female in that.
I remember one time I was in my local Petco and they had it and they were selling them for $75 a piece.
Mm.
I said, good luck with that.
Out here, they're only $4 each.
He ain't lying neither. That's some shit. Let me tell
I've
you.
never seen them in the stores here. I'd go for a purple discus. That would be okay. Purple and pink, I would have no problems with that. Purple discus background with pink stripes, I could do that. I could get into that. Purple is my favorite color anyway. So
All you got to do is send a letter to Malaysia. Those discus
Yeah.
farms out there, they'll
Yep.
they'll figure it out.
What colors do you mix to make purple? That's what they'll do.
no, or make a glow discus.
Oh,
Please no.
Oh, gracious.
God, no.
They
I'm
were
surprised they
mated
haven't
pair.
done it already.
What's that say?
It says mated pair.
just
A
gut.
gungeon. It's just a gungeon, huh? Why would you have it mated pair at $36 each?
I
Why not
know.
say $72 for the pair.
Or 70.
I know.
70
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
pair.
Hey, you're gonna break up a pair now just to buy one?
I guess.
That ain't
This
right.
is her. She just sent me that picture of her little guy.
Oh,
That's stunted.
yeah, he's not looking too good. I'm sorry to say.
He's stunted.
Yeah.
I think
Isn't
that
it,
was
We all like
When she
runs
got 'em.
anyway, so she'll enjoy it.
I don't know how long ago that was. She's at her sister's right now, so she's not at home. So she didn't just take that.
Oh, so it's probably been a while. I was going to say something. I lost
Yeah,
track.
the best thing she can do for it, Ed, is make sure it's got to be fed at least 3 to 4 times a day. At least 3 to 4 times a day, or else they're not going to grow right. That's why I said with young discus, they take a lot of work.
Who the hell has time to do that?
Yeah,
And don't
my
buy
fish get
discus.
fed every other day.
Don't buy discus. I'm serious. Don't buy discus. The young need to be fed 3 to 4 times a day, or else they don't grow.
Or you just dump in a lot of food in the morning.
Well, yeah, that too. You could.
I mean, they'll eat it throughout the day.
That's what I did.
Oh, I know what I asked you, Doc.
What?
I can't remember if I sent you a message or not. I probably didn't.
No.
That flake food, is that the brine flake from Ken's that you had?
It may be Ken's brine.
Okay.
Hey, you guys, we can't talk enough. I mean, TJ keeps on interrupting us.
I
I
know.
know.
Just talks way too much.
I think he's sleeping. Either that
I
or
think
he's frozen.
so.
He froze.
I'm here. I'm just listening. I'm
Did you
doing
see-
just-
Tried deciding how to paint those white clouds on the side of his.
That's right.
You got it. I've been contemplating how am I going to get that sticker that Ed told me I need to put on the race car. I've been thinking about that.
Well, I know a guy. I'm just saying.
I know a guy.
Alkaball says you don't keep fish, he keeps water and bubbles.
Yep.
Empty tanks.
The empty tank syndrome.
Hmm.
He was revamping his fish room.
Yep.
So he
Skipper,
actually
did you? Oh, sorry.
he actually put a video out of what he got done. I gotta check it out. I forgot about that.
Skipper, did you give Dr. Anthony a big hug from me?
No.
What?
No, I gave him a hug and I said it's for me, not Ed, because Ed's can't make it out.
Oh, no. You remember you did squeeze my butt. You said, this is from Ed.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh.
That doesn't surprise me.
Well, Ed
Skipper
said
always goes gross.
listen. Ed said give you an awkward hug, so I had to make it awkward somehow.
That's it.
That
yeah,
counts.
Oinky, you never heard of empty tank syndrome? Yeah. There's an empty tank syndrome. When you have an empty tank, you're itching to buy more.
That's
the
it. You're ready
empty
to fill
tank
it back
syndrome.
up again.
You start shaking. Oh, I have an empty tank.
Yeah, I went on one vacation, came back, and I had a bunch of dead fish because of a malfunction. And then I went on another trip and came back to refill. Yeah.
Too many
that,
fish.
I said this to Skipper just now, but I know Dr. Anthony, you'll probably hate this guy, but this is one we found yesterday, and I'm like, oh my god, that thing is awesome looking.
Yeah,
What's that? Melon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a melon. Yeah,
Red melon with a blue face. Does really have a blue face on it, or is that just
it's probably white.
It's white.
Yeah,
It's
that's
probably
the-
just the way the picture took.
Yeah.
Marlboro red melons looking? I just don't know. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of time to get those fish to fix that color. So I can appreciate the effort it takes, but it's just not my favorite. Carlos, our manager in Peru, just loves red discus, and so I just don't like them.
Not a fan.
Nope.
Wish I had more time.
I used to have a little bit of a Skittles discus tank. It's now all more wild type.
So Professor Fish Tank has a question: are there different species of discus? So while there are actually three species, I didn't see that thumb. 3 species of wild discus. The names depend upon whose study you read.
Yep.
So it's there's the heckle. That's always been a valid species. Then blues
And greens and
and
brown.
greens, or
brown.
some have a discus that calls Symphysetum tarso, which is a valid name. So it's more location. They're geographically separated from each other.
Do they look alike?
Well, the blues and the greens do look somewhat alike. It has to do with the amount of striations that they have in their fins into their body.
So
Heckle, you can always
what
tell a
was it
heckle. They always have a central
Yeah.
wide bar in the heckles.
Oh. So what's the one that you have, Doc?
I have red spotted greens, but the Peruvian red spotted greens aren't.
They're not like the ones I'm buying.
No, they're a natural hybrid, unnatural hybrid because they're not native to that area of Peru.
Oh.
So, most people, even they've been there since the 70s, and most people, even in Peru, don't even know that they're not native to that part of Peru.
Oh, okay.
So they were brought in through a shipment of fish from Lake Tefe in Brazil, and that's why we have red spotted greens, and some fish from the Putumayo River, which is northern part of Peru. So discus are natural in the Putumayo, but not in the Nanay where we're at.
So it's kind of a soft yellow with black stripes. Am I looking at the right one?
What, a discus?
What
red
you have?
red spotted green.
Yeah, wild red spotted green or Peruvian red spotted greens. Yeah.
And kind of almost a
yellowish, orangish background on many of them.
Yep.
And there are some blue discus that really have this very nice, vibrant blue. That's
what they look like.
No, that's not a Peruvian
No?
red spotted green.
No.
That's a.
Well, I'm just going with your description, trying to find one.
Just go Peru red spotted green.
Yeah, that's what I did. A ton of them came up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Professor Fish wants the scientific name. Yeah.
Someone type scientific name of what?
Of the discus that you were talking about.
Nobody uses scientific names, Professor. Come on.
Physeodon.
Too hard.
Tarso.
Dr. Dopey will do it.
Dopey, yes.
That's
or
just me.
Tarzo. Tarzo.
Are those them?
Yeah.
Those are from Dean's Fish Room.
Yeah, and Dean got those from Iquitos.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the Peruvian.
Those are gorgeous fish.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think they were manipulated to get that way. No, they're natural.
Yeah, I would have thought the same thing, Paul. I would have absolutely thought that they were one of the man-made species. That's neat. They're beautiful.
Got you, Whip.
He did.
Professor got you.
Who cares about being right, huh, Whip?
Yeah, that's right.
We don't need that. The scientific names: redfish, bluefish, greenfish, etc. I like them scientific names.
Yep.
Easy.
That's all I need.
There you go.
Yeah, but there's more colors of discus you could shake a stick at. They've been working on those things. They're white. They've got shades of violet. I like my.
I like them blues that Doc had.
Okay,
Yeah,
so the one with the solid dark
Blue
line, that's a heckle.
All the way on the left.
Yeah.
All the way on the left, that's a heckle.
Okay.
And then you've got then you've got some greens and you got some browns. They all look wild types. But that's just natural colors.
Based on the stripes?
artwork.
Is that where you're coming up with that?
What's that?
How would you know that by just looking the stripes?
Yeah, basically, yeah. They're either completely wild or they're wild crosses. So Yeah, but the one like the heckles are if you've got a discus that's got any heckle blood in it, it's going to have that solid center stripe. It's a very dominant trait. You know, it's got heckle in it.
So if you really want to see some nice discus, look up full moon heckles or blue face heckles. Those are really beautiful fish.
Let's see what they look like. Let's go on a field trip. Full moon
Heckles. Full moon
Listen,
heckle.
this ain't a trick, is it? Where there's going to show butt.
What the hell
Yes.
is that?
They show a series of butt cheeks.
See those full moon heckles? They're all from Jersey, so
Yeah.
get used to it. They got that attitude.
In my botany class many years ago when I first got to SoCa, I was talking about we're talking about the lumber industry, and I used the word studs. Well, many of the Japanese students have never heard that term before, and stud we use in the wall, a wall stud. So I went to Google, brought it up on the screen and typed in stud, and what came up weren't pieces of wood. It was, men all buffed out with no clothes on. And needless to say, all of us were a little embarrassed of what came up.
Okay, Skip, stop right there at the Facebook one, Blue Moon Heckles. Pop that one.
That one, yeah.
That's
now click on the picture, Paolo. So the third picture there in the three pictures.
Like the third one over.
Okay, now see if you can click on that picture to bring it up. Who is it? Okay, Wild Blue Moon.
Hell.
So $225.
Woo-wee.
And to tell you the truth, I get price lists from the Brazilian exporters all the time. And an adult exporter price, they sell them for $100 each.
What was the other one?
Blue face, which looks kind of like that. The real full moons are pretty much all blue, almost like a blue diamond.
Well, I didn't type it in. Blue face.
Blue face.
Was this supposed to be full moon heckles?
Full moon, yes.
Yeah, I didn't type
This
that.
is a blue diamond.
Yeah, I have 2 pairs of blue diamonds at home.
That is a cool looking.
Skipper really liked.
Yeah, I spent a quality time with him and got freaking stuck.
Yeah, he had PTSD at night and got the heebie-jeebies and had to. All of a sudden, I heard someone screaming. Like
He did not.
we were
Wake
having,
the hell up. Whatever.
broke our screen door. He ran out of the house so quickly.
Dude. That's because Dr. Anthony walked out in his underwear and I got scared.
Yeah, sure. Underwear. I don't wear underwear at night.
It was just the top.
Thanks
It
for
was just
sharing,
the top.
Doc.
I'm all natural.
Doc, thanks for sharing.
No
He goes, you
problem.
want to go? He goes, you want to go noodling? I said, no, thank you, and I ran.
Well, it's because he's from Peru. It gets hot.
Is that right? That's up on the screen.
Yeah. But blue face, yeah. But really, the better ones kind of look like the picture you had before.
Oh,
For a good blue face, and then the full moon is really about 3/4 of the body is very that bluish color and with a few striations in it.
see,
So that
Google
third picture, maybe that third picture.
this one.
With the hand in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That one.
See how the striations are less and less. I mean, that's really a good full moon right there.
He's calling them half moons though.
Okay, half moon. Half moon means half the body is that way. Full moon, full body.
Oh, okay. Whatever. That's crazy. That's nice though. Yeah, those blow-ins, man, I really like them.
Well, you should have taken them with you. I don't know what to do with them. Right now, they're just sitting in my lab in a big tank.
How was I taking them?
I don't know, freeze them.
FedEx.
And take
They
it
get his fun after that.
and take them to the taxidermies.
Yeah, taxidermy. Yeah, I have 3 pairs of discus that I have to get rid of. I mean, I just, I'm gonna be gone in summer.
Well, you know who needs them is Oinky. Ship them over to Oinky. She needs to bolster up her crew there.
So
Well,
we were
if
discussing.
Ed was here, I would tell him I'd trade him for his guppies.
Hey, Doc, I'll give you Gudaids.
Well, I love Gudaids. I mean, I had many good time.
I give you Gudaids for them. I got plenty.
Yeah, I brought the 2 pairs of blue diamonds actually brought from Peru with me. Carlos, our manager there, had them, and they were breeding, but they would eat the eggs all the time.
Oh,
and so
they have to learn.
No, these were old fish too. So
okay.
the first time they bred for me at home, here, they had no problem. So I just don't know what was happening in Peru. And I was there when they were breeding too, and they were just eating their eggs, or the babies would hatch and they'd be on their body for 2 or 3 days, and then they would eat them all. So
something spooked them.
Yeah.
Might have been that Cayman you had in there with them.
Yeah.
Could have
The
been.
electric eel. And then
The electric eel.
The Cayman. I'll tell you, I wasn't really into discus until I was at your house looking at your 2 different types that you had there and the babies. So 3, essentially. And that's what made my decision of bringing them ones home, was seeing them in person.
Also a good price. Didn't hurt.
What's in my hand?
It was more than that.
All right, so what's in both hands?
A 10 finger discount. That's what it was.
You got to add your big toe.
All right.
But no, for real, because I was thinking about it. I was like, man, no, I can't do that. And I was like, no, I want to. Because eventually they're going to be going in this tank back here.
I want to do it now too, just because Paulie said I shouldn't.
I didn't say you shouldn't.
He said I can't get them because I won't feed them 4 times a day.
No, get bigger ones.
Oh yeah,
Just get the big ones.
I don't have
if you go with about a 4-inch discus, it's a hell of a lot easier to take care of them.
Listen, the only person that is feeding their fish 3 to 4 times a day is if they're retired. Okay,
retired people, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, kid. That's why you said it. Like, that's kind of hard.
No, I mean, you can
this
do
guy
3
right
to 4
here
times
could do
a day.
it, and that guy over there could do it.
Yeah. I mean, if you're breeding discus, you're going to have to do it, or you're going to get smaller discus. No. That's the way it is. Or you're going to be changing water a hell of a lot more. But
I can do water changes. I do a ton of water changes, but I don't feed very often.
Whip, if you want to do discus, just get them like, at least 3.5-inch discus. They're probably like teenagers, and they don't have to feed them as much.
So they're not like me.
Fish. A West African fish that will pair well with a couple bikers or bichers.
How about some
anything?
Depends on what. Yeah.
Cribs. African.
What type of bichir?
Or jewel cichlids.
Yeah. They won't take shit from anybody. They might kill with bikers.
To me, they're not major in the ones I've had, so I don't have that much experience with them. Mine weren't that major of predators in terms of eating other fish.
They are slow and they are blind, so they are not great hunters.
What's that?
The bichers are?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I have 2 ornates that are like sharks. They will attack and eat anything in the tank. Well, but that's the ornates. They're a lot thinner than the other types. Well, I guess Sentinels are kind of long and skinny, but they're nice, but the ornates are just aggressive, mean. They're beautiful. They're the prettiest of them, but they are by far the most aggressive fish.
And I think it really depends on what you fed them in the past.
Right. If
You know,
whatever
if they're used to eating live food, they're going to have that taste for live food. If you get them onto pellets or like Tetra sticks, you know, cichlid sticks, they get away from that predatory behavior a lot.
Eric Furlow gave John Hudson, you know, John and Lisa, an ornate that was considerably smaller than the two that he has, and he doesn't have the real common ones, and I forget their names now. So
Senegal, the silver.
No, yeah, it's definitely not. It's not the Delhaize, and it's not the Senegal or anything. They're just, but they're huge. I mean, they're like this
Mine
big.
are about that long.
Yeah, and when Eric gave him theirs, it was considerably smaller, and now it's just as big as the other ones. But they don't have any issues, as far as I know. And it's in with bigger fish. It's in with Oscars and Severum, I want to say Severum, and then a 2-foot tank of a Plecostomus.
So it sounds like Keith needs a fish that can defend itself.
Well, there are tilapians. There are some tilapians that are in the hobby that are from West Africa.
Yeah. Or if you don't want to go West Africa, you can go with the Starry Night. I mean, it's not true African, but it's that direction.
Or some of the like GRB said that some of the haps.
The Beischer might be a good one though, because like my Delhaize got too close to my breeding pair of threadfin Acara, and I mean those Acara were big. They're like this, and I could see where they T-boned her and put a big red mark on the side, but she bit the male's fin off. Basically, it grew back, but she bit it off, and he never messed with her again because they must have sharp teeth. I mean, nothing messes with them. I mean, the Red Devil, I think, picked on it one time and never did that again. But I mean, they never go. The Delhaize never went out of its way to bother anybody else except for guppies, and it'll eat the guppies that I drop in there. But because you know you got to put your call somewhere.
Yeah.
Since we're speaking of the flameback, that's a cichlid, right?
Yep.
Never seen that. Another hap that would be good at defending itself is one of my favorites is the Star Sapphire cichlid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, any of those bigger, the trout. The trout is a gorgeous fish, and I can't imagine a how do you guys say it? Biker, Bashir, whatever it is.
Biker, Bashir. It's like beta, beta.
There's so many different ways to call it.
Yeah.
Dr. Anthony, what do you call them?
I call them fish.
Fish. Fish on a stick.
They're one of the oldest.
Stick, like jalapeno on a stick. They were named after a guy whose name was Biker.
Oh.
Whose name was Bitcher.
Oh, I don't want to call it a bitcher.
Or Bashir, French. So if it wasn't for that, their name would be pronounced as bikers. Because CH in science, especially in fish biology, is always a K. Like, you know, Ketodontidae, which are, one of the tangs. And so, but since it was named after a person, you have to pronounce it like the person pronounced their name.
And since he pronounced his name stupid, we can say whatever we want.
Right.
I don't want to call my favorite fish a bitcher.
Bashir.
Hey, you got a big fish.
Yeah, your fish is bitchier than my fish.
Ed, I think it's called a biatcher.
Yeah.
It's a biatcher.
They've been on Earth for what is it?
At least a minute.
365 million years.
Yeah, they're part of the really primitive groups of fish.
It's the D period.
Devonian.
Thank you.
That
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, they were like one of the first
It seemed
walker
like
outers on land.
You were in my fish biology lecture last week.
Oh my gosh, I wish I was. That would have been awesome.
African arowana would be nice, yeah. Cynodonts.
Yeah, get a big Synodonus, you won't have a problem.
African arowana. I didn't know Africa had a arowana.
All southern continents have an arowana. Kind of like all the southern
Really?
continents have lungfish.
Is the African one got a bigger, rounder head, like a bullet?
Yeah, it's a.
Oh, I was aware of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one doesn't really. That's the one that doesn't look like an arowana.
Yeah, it's a kind of a short face looking thing.
Yeah.
Does it have the hinged jaw?
Yeah. I mean, it's an osteoglossamorph, and it's the same group of fish, and it has,
Right.
but it's not as big hinged jaw as we.
It's not even close.
Are those African butterflies in that family? They've got
No,
that same
African
jaw.
butterflies in a different family. No, you're right. It is.
Yeah, I was gonna
When
say. I
you see
thought
that
they were.
jaw, it looks
Yeah.
the same.
Yep.
I had two of them. They
The African arowana is. It reminds me of a lungfish that swims at the surface.
Yep.
Yeah. Where Skip
said
going to
all.
get one? He's gonna
Go ahead,
get
Whip.
these fish. No, I was just wondering where Skip went.
Oh yeah. So all the
I think-
southern continents have an arowana.
Yeah.
Wow.
I bet Antarctica doesn't.
Well, no.
Well, that's not a.
Well, not now, but maybe it did
Yeah.
when they were all connected together.
I have to be a jerk sometimes.
Before it went into the deep freeze, that it probably had a lot of the same things
Yeah.
that South America and Africa have.
Actually,
It had some of the really good stuff at one time.
there is actually a fish that they have down there. Oh man, I forgot. I read an article on it. Oh man, this is a while ago.
Freshwater fish?
Is that where that shark is from? Antarctica, or is that from up north?
The
No, I
sleeper
saw.
shark-
God, what the heck was the name
Sleeper
of
sharks are up north, I think. They're like around Greenland, I think. That really old shark.
You talking about the fish that has antifreeze in its blood?
that? Yes,
Yeah,
I can't remember the name of it.
ice fish.
Yeah,
One of the
actually,
common names is ice fish.
yeah.
So instead of having normal blood like we have and other fish have, they actually have a protein, a glycoprotein in their bloodstream that prevents their blood from and their body from freezing, so they can live in water that is below freezing.
Is that the same thing frogs have when they freeze up and then thaw out?
No.
Or some amphibians? Don't they have something in their blood that causes it so it doesn't go bad when it freezes or something?
I'm not an amphibiologist, so I couldn't tell you that.
So this
That's fair.
ice fish that was down there, well, the ice fish, they found a bunch of them down there that were nesting and everything. It's a pretty cool
Yeah.
video. It's on YouTube, but I saw it somewhere else. But I was amazed by it because I was like, how? And then it started going into pretty much what Doc said.
Yeah. Not propylene glycol, but it's a glycol, very similar. But, propylene glycol is a little toxic.
I just Googled it. Is that it? I put it in the chat. Is that it?
Probably. I mean, it's that group of fish, yeah.
Boy, we're talking about science tonight.
Right?
Yep. We're doing science.
I just thought it was a pretty neat thing. to
Oh,
read,
yeah.
'cause that was whenever I saw it, it just caught my attention because it was a bunch of fish all together. And when you look at the video, they were making circles, and they were making their nest pretty much for the eggs.
So
I thought they were dead, but they weren't.
here you go, Skipper. There's the link for it. That's actually the link for the story.
That's right, where I seen it too.
Yep.
Matter of fact, whenever I saw it, this is how long ago it was. A couple 2 years ago, obviously. But whenever I saw it, I brought it up on the Aquatic Morning Show.
Oh, they're neat looking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Giardini.
Yeah, Giardini's that one fish here that's pretty of all the arowanas. It's probably one of the most expensive arowanas you can get here in California.
That's the Australian arowana.
Yeah, well, Australians you don't ever see.
Giardini is Australian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're the one that look closest to the Asian, right?
It's a smaller species. So Uruguay, there was an old story that what's his name? Who's the famous discus guy from U.S.?
Oh, I just had it up.
Oh, Jack Watley.
Watley released a bunch of discus in Uruguay to try to introduce new genes to create new wild color types of discus. And he was really panned for that because that's just not something you do. Well, for one thing, they're probably not going to survive.
Too cold.
Yeah. And they're not going to be used to surviving with predators. And another thing is the introduction of diseases from captive bred, aquarium bred stuff.
I've been to his shop in Miami.
Yeah, but his shop.
He's dead.
Yeah, what's his name now? Man,
Gabe.
Yeah, he just bought the name from him. That's all he did.
Oh, I thought he said he worked with him too. He was like,
yeah, he worked with him, but he had to buy him out.
Oh,
yeah, he bought the trademark name of Jack Watley.
Professor,
he was a nice guy.
He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he put that up as soon as it was said about introducing. That's just something you don't do.
Nope.
I mean, if you're introducing, I get if you're introducing a wild fish no.
Yeah, we have to go through a whole protocol in Peru to reintroduce some of the fish we have. I mean, that's just, even though they're wild fish, we caught them from the rivers. It's you just don't want to introduce a disease that wild fish may not be immune to or may not have ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do that, right? So say you got an endangered species, right?
Yep.
And you bring them in, you breed them, and you get a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Now that's in an aquarium. So
yep.
Do you want to get them used to the river water that they're going to be going into before you do that, or what do you have to do?
Well, normally we if we're going to do it in an aquarium, like the red pencilfish, even though they're found in captivity or in a trade, and probably still 50,000 are being exported out of Peru, they are considered an endangered species in Peru because of habitat loss, and they have a very restricted habitat range. So we have them in the research center that we have in large cement vats that, for one is the insurance population in case the population does go extinct. But those that are breeding there, we then take them we take them to outside ponds because, that's a more natural system than us feeding them every day with flake foods and stuff. Okay. And then you have to do a sub-sampling to check for any diseases that's really the thing that we worry about more than anything is reintroducing some disease from, because unfortunately we do have some guppies in there. We have Carlos and his sons like to keep other fish at the research center that I don't really like, but when I'm there, I don't. They do anything they want to do. So
Right.
Yeah, but guppies are pretty cool.
They're also not native.
they're highly invasive too in Peru. So, but I wouldn't know about guppies since I don't have guppies.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my guppies
Yeah, Ed.
How long are you going to be in town?
in California. I don't have any fish tanks anymore.
Oh, what's that one behind
Great
you?
for you, Ed.
That one is empty now. And in fact, on Saturday, I'm taking a Sawzall and I'm cutting this sucker up and putting it in a dumpster.
Why? You should have had Skipper take it apart for you.
Listen, they wouldn't let me do nothing.
Skipper's really good at taking things apart.
He's really good at
together.
destruction, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. He drives a big truck and he's
Have
good
Hammer
at it.
will travel.
Yep.
What did Skipper eat when he was visiting you?
He didn't eat curry chicken, that's for sure.
Oh, you put that shit.
Lebanon bologna.
Did he eat all your cookies?
Yeah, he didn't eat. My wife bought some peanut butter cookies. He didn't eat that many of it. Let's see. He mostly ate Kraken rum.
You did too.
Some of the brandy that I distilled.
That was really
Did
good.
you enjoy his Lebanon bologna?
I didn't bring them.
He didn't bring any Lebanon bologna. He didn't. I don't enjoy.
It had one
other
job.
men's bologna. Okay.
So I didn't know how to bring them on the plane, or I would have.
See, what happened was
Put it in a bag of water that's clear and tie it and just carry it on like this.
That's a
And be like,
bologna.
hey, I need this hand checked. It's a fish. That would not have worked well.
Bunny Viper, no, it's no coconut. We do Indian curry, not that crap that have coconut. That's not real curry
Oh,
to me.
yeah. Actually,
I
so
like coconut.
John did have a question about that tank behind you. I totally forgot. I'm sorry.
Doc, I was asking her if you thought a buyer might want. I've advertised it, basically almost free. Come pick it up, and because
I'll trade you a bag of guppies for it.
you need about 8 people to move this tank. The tank itself, it comes apart. The tank and the stand comes apart, but the tank itself is heavy, really heavy.
Yeah, it looks like
I
it's
made it
well-
out of 2 layers of 3/4 inch plywood plus 2x4s every 12 inches. As a bracing. That glass is 3/4 inch glass.
The glass
so-
weighs a ton.
I'm going to dismantle the tank, but I'm actually going to keep the glass. Once we move, I will make a new tank out of it, or actually make 2 tanks. That glass is 4 feet high, so I'm going to cut it in 2 and make a 16-foot long tank.
Cool.
nice.
Man.
Yes, Professor Fish Tank. My grandfather was from India, so Indian curry is in my blood.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
For me, I was still a little hungover.
Yeah. My wife bought Skipper a 12-pack of Coors Light.
It ain't my fault you brought the brandy out.
We got like 10 Coors Light left. He didn't drink Coors Light while he was here.
I drank a couple.
Yeah,
You brought that brandy out. Boy, was that smooth.
and then I bought some rum, and Stephanie brought some stuff over. Oh, a house buyer. No, a house buyer's not going to want this tank in their house. They have to be a fish lover to want this thing. We're worried about the pond in the backyard, whether we should fill the pond up.
No, leave it.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You'll be
leave it at that point.
surprised.
Yeah.
David,
Even
when I
if
sold
they
my
don't
house
like it.
in Jersey, I had to go. I had my pond. That's one thing they told me they wanted to keep the pond.
Well, our backyard's a tropical paradise. We have banana trees back there, and Skipper even saw some bananas that were growing.
How
You're not
often
gonna
you get to
those
grow
in Portland,
bananas?
Doc.
Well, the bananas take about 6 months to ripen here.
So I was
Oh,
surprised
really?
Yeah.
whenever you said once that tree grows of bananas, it dies after that.
It dies, and the shoots, the little baby plants come up from underneath.
Yeah, you'll get the pups.
And that's how it is on, even in Peru, in tropical areas that you have bananas, they do the same thing. They only
Are they fast
survive.
enough growing that there's not a gap in the, or do you
It's
just need a ton of them?
You just need a ton of them. Yeah.
Bananas grow
So-
like you could see them grow.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's how it works on like a banana, like a
Banana
plantation or a
plantation.
farm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
And
Wow.
and basically they're clones of each other. Those pups coming up are exactly the
Just
same
like the one that was there before.
yeah, but
Oh, interesting.
so well, your banana trees are different than, say, like the bananas you buy in a store.
Well, these are there's like 20 different varieties of bananas, and the bananas that we have in our stores are Cavendish bananas.
Yes.
They're they are grown and they were developed to stay green longer, to not ripen as quickly once you cut them from the tree.
Oh,
What a ripoff.
You got to gas them.
Yeah.
Can you put them in a paper bag?
The bananas I have at home are called ice cream bananas. They're
I
small
got
finger bananas that are really, really sweet. And because it's, bananas are tropical. In the summertime, it's fine here, but in the wintertime, we're 40, 50, 60 degree weather all the time.
yeah, it's cold.
It's not cold, but for bananas, it's cold.
yeah.
So that's why it takes the bananas so long to ripen here. So I ripen them on the plant itself. I wait till they're ripe before I cut them off the plant.
Man, there was all kind. Every place there had some kind of fruit tree in their yard.
Yeah, we have lemon trees. Our neighbors, we have probably 1,000 lemons a year drop in our yard from the lemon trees next door. And there's orange trees all over the place. We have a loquat tree. We have mango. We have a mango tree, avocado tree. Loquat. It's
Chinese plum.
It's an orange, with 4 big seeds in it. I just love them. Yeah.
I came wrong time of year. But
You did. And it's more late spring when they get going.
I think my blood sugar just went up just talking about it.
Your blood sugar? I'm telling you. That was one of the things. I was like, every place we went, there's a fruit tree in somebody's yard.
Yep.
I mean, man, imagine the fruit that they're going to have this year with all the rain that you guys been getting.
Yep.
Oh no, you're good, Oinky. You're fine.
Yeah, we all start somewhere.
Yep.
I mean, I'm 63, and so I've been keeping fish since I was 9 years old. So that's a long time. I mean, I've made more mistakes than I care to like to admit. Bradford pears. I don't feel.
So this is a pink banana in my backyard.
Pink banana.
Pink banana. You can't eat it though. It's not completely inedible. That thing is full of BBs. The seeds on it are like they're BBs.
You know why? Because it's been fertilized.
Yeah.
Yeah, bananas that we eat are not fertilized fruit.
Yeah, you see this thing that's
I didn't know
pointed
that.
with the yellow stamens pointing out? That's actually the flower. And that's where so as that thing grows, the banana hands get develop on that flower stalk. But
I'm
that's
looking
that's a pink banana.
I'm looking at Bradford pears. I've never seen a Bradford
You
pear
don't
before.
want to see a Bradford pear, Doc.
They grow like crazy out here.
They're
Oh, okay.
trash trees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They're real
not-
soft wood, so they break easy.
Well, I gotta get to bed. I get to help get the kids on the bus in the morning. I didn't
Does that
realize
mean you have to work?
No,
Okay.
it's midnight.
It's only 9:12. What
Yeah,
you
what the hell?
I mean 9:15.
We were just having a nice conversation here. You're gonna
Yeah,
cut it
you
off?
know what you
Don't
used to
forget.
California time, Skipper would sleep in till noon the days he was here, and that's 3 o'clock in the afternoon his time. We couldn't
Oh
believe
my
it.
gosh,
I
Skipper.
only did that once.
And that was after a night of brandy and Kraken, right?
Right up debauchery.
My wife got up at like 6 a.m. their time. It was crazy.
Yeah, my wife gets up about 5 every morning, 6 at the latest,
But all right, guys, thank you for being on panel tonight. Everybody in the chat, thank you for being here. Holy cow, it's been an hour and a half. It went fast. I lost
Yeah, it
I'm
did.
having a good time. We had to listen to TJ the whole night.
I know. I'm so sorry. I will tone it down the next time.
Barely get a word in.
You can't get an edge and a word in
All I'm
edgewise with
talking
us.
about was those White Cloud minnows. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
Put them on decals on your car.
Yeah,
that
I
Oh,
even-
look, there's Stephen P.
Ed
Is
and
that
I
even
work
legal?
on that together.
All right,
That'd be
everybody. Thank you guys for being here in chat, lurkers, mods for dropping a couple links for us. And see
Dropping
you
a
all
deuce?
next week.
Dropping a deuce, huh?
I think I'll stream Sunday. I got to figure that out. We'll see what's happening. But thank you all. Everybody have a good night. You guys got anything to say?
Keep
See you in the
discus
morning.
with discus and not with roseline sharks.
Hey, listen, I do that.
Oh, my. Paulie?
As always, stay fresh, cheese bags.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Oh, wait.